Stop
Yeah,
talking about other
yeah.
social things. She's starting the tape, just so
You're
we know.
almost double legal.
We're on.
We're on? You gotta warn me, you gotta give me a 10-second warning.
Holly did. Yeah, I
You
did.
did, I was wide to listen to
Okay, well, you're not gonna listen. Keep things consistent, and that's good. I'll officially call this meeting for the Board of Commissioners for February 16th to order. Please join us for the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioner Kirschner leads with the prayer.
Yes, please bow our heads. Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to serve you and to serve the people of this county. We ask for your wisdom and your blessing on us as decision makers and on everyone with us today. We ask this through your Son, our Lord. Amen.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Stacy,
Here.
Commissioner Zoller, Commissioner Kirschner.
Here.
We'll have the signing of the journal, and I'll accept the motion to approve the DVD recording from our previous session of Tuesday, February 9th, and the written index.
I will so move.
And I will second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Approved. All right, any adjustments to the printed agenda? Anything we need to get added onto there? Other than I was just gonna add about the WTTF monthly radio stuff. I'll go over that. The other things, like that on the agenda already.
That's WSOS, the new contract for WSOS.
Okay, so that'd be new
New
business.
business.
Okay, nothing else to add? Nothing else to add?
No, all set.
All right, and beginning with the old business, we had down the museum update on the building improvements. And this would simply be that they had their, I don't know what I was called, pre-construction, but they had the meeting. And they're going to get ready to start really quick here.
They said that they should be starting on the 22nd.
Okay, and with that, I think John told me, John didn't know if he was gonna come up here or not. He was gonna try to. So if he comes in later, we can have him hit the highlights of it, but Mark Simons was there, so as a representative of the Historical Society, the group that's currently managing for us, so they're well aware of how things are gonna play out when they start doing the work. Didn't anticipate any work that impacts any hours they're doing or contents inside, that kind of stuff. But we wanted to make sure that people were aware that the work was going to get underway on the 25th. So if he has anything else, and if he stops in, we'll have him update us. John Longston, our supervisor in the maintenance department, has been working with them very closely on all of these things for the improvements, so exciting that we'll know that that'll get underway.
And we have, just a follow-up to that, we have a museum meeting on the 25th at 1 o'clock, is that right?
Oh, yes, the
Okay, we'll move forward.
reorganizational task force?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that here or at the
Yes.
museum?
It's here. It's here.
Okay.
And you're doing that one, so that's not a public meeting, I will not be there, okay. All right, the other old business, nothing else, we'll go to new business. List of things we just added so we don't forget. WTTF had contacted us at the end of the year, wanting us to think about this year coming on the program on a regular basis, and so we established that in January. I was able to do the first one, and we'll do it on the fourth Tuesdays at 7:30 a.m. And on any of those, they don't care if 3 of us come, 2 of us come, 1 of us come, whatever. It's just information sharing, updating them on anything. More than 1 of us go, we just won't debate anything. Okay, we'll make sure, nothing's not public, but yeah, that wouldn't be appropriate. So we could update stuff. The last time I had a lot of stuff about the Justice Center, museum, and I think a little bit about regional planning, because that was kind of the highlights of things, starting off the new year, our reorganizational what we established in that meeting, that kind of stuff. So they said they appreciate that. So that is that information. And then we had also added on this agenda the WSOS contract, so.
Yes. We need to have, and this is it's a Seneca County's 2011 Fair Housing Analysis of Impediments. It's a document required by the Community Development for the grants. We need to update it this year. WSOS has determined we need to update it this year. So they've given us a contract to prepare that for us. We had enough trouble finding the last one, but we found it, and but they've agreed to do that. They've done a not to exceed 4,000. They don't think it'll come in that high. It was the same amount they've used for other entities for the contract, but so just wanted to make sure that was all right with you. I mean, we have to do it. We have to make sure we're compliant. We want to continue moving on with the CDBG contracts.
Need a motion on that?
No,
Yes.
just a letter, since it's under that threshold. We don't need
So
to.
we don't need any
Nope.
action?
As long as you say it's okay, we'll,
Like I said, this is what they've been doing, it's just continuing it, the new contract.
yes.
Yes.
All right. Then under new, the Seneca County Coordinated Public and Human Services Transportation Plan. I have sat on their steering committee for that, and I just wanted to share, since it was today, or it is today, later on, but for that Coordinated Public and Human Services Transportation Plan, there was an ad that ran. There is a public meeting today at 11:15 at the Seneca County Commission on Aging and their building there on Huron Street. And I have a draft of the plan if there's anybody that wants to see it. This was the input our steering committee received back when we had a meeting in January. We were to give our feedback at that point, and today the final plan is what they're showing for the public meeting if anybody wants to look at that. This plan is a tool, and ours had, in Seneca County, had not been, as in most counties, been updated. And they were coordinating this through the senior program with WSOS. And it is a tool that allows anyone who goes after any types of transportation-related grant dollars, such as the Allen Irie Center, the Commission on Aging, SCAT, anybody, they need to have this type of tool that assesses everything we have transportation-related in Seneca County. So this covers all of those things, such as potential plans, identifies who the focus groups that they completed during this time. They were at the fair in July and did surveys with folks there, held other meetings, and they just look at everything from the populations to the interest people have for needs of transportation. And so the one aspect they covered was the on-demand type of route, and this covers that as well, as whether do we have the means and the needs to support an on-demand bus route versus SCAT as a scheduling route. Now you schedule to use SCAT, but on-demand, because of the two universities being here in Seneca County, we've got a high percentage of students that attend that are coming from other cultural backgrounds, be it United States or another country, that are used to being able to wave down a bus, like you might a taxi. And now they wave and the SCAT drivers just wave back because they can't stop because it's not in the scheduling and in the way our rural transit and our SCAT services are set up. So this, looks at all of those types of things. So it would be supporting document, as Mary Habig with SCAT looks to any types of things to support conducting, having an on-demand type of route, whether that's a Monday to Friday, it's 7 days a week, what hours that is, that kind of thing. So interesting stuff. So that public meeting is today, so I just wanted to share that because I've been involved in them getting ready to have this updated. So look at it. We have that information. Again, that public meeting's at 11:15 today. Fair board update. Something Ken Majors, our director of EMS, has been wanting for a while, probably since before his return as our EMS director, but was some numbering of the buildings on the fairgrounds. So that when during the fair or any major event at the fairgrounds utilizing those buildings, flea markets, other things, there's a call that they need emergency services, fire or for personnel, for an individual, they can quickly identify to go to the right building. So that the maps would be updated, the buildings are numbered, because one's definition of the old merchant building is different than someone else's definition of what is the old merchant building, or the new livestock pavilion versus the super barn, these kinds of things. So Fair Board has announced at their last Fair Board meeting that I was at, that they are getting 12 by 12 numbers. They will be going on the buildings, on the larger buildings. That same numbers will be on multiple sides, so it can be identified quickly for whoever needs that. And those will be going up, and they're going to, I suggest that they reach out to Ken and the sheriff in terms of what they might want. They were gonna get maps printed for them to have in their areas. I said, just talk to them, they may have a map they can update themselves. I'm not sure what all they need. And they'll go through the education process that everybody using the fairgrounds for major events will know what that map is and what the building numbers are once those are all up. So that's good news for improved emergency services for events on the fairgrounds, and again, something we've been wanting to get done for a while. That will take us to bill vouchers.
Okay. I have bill vouchers, 11991 through 12198. I have a resolution authorizing an appropriation adjustment for the Soil and Water Conservation District, moving $6,500 from equipment to other. I have a supplement to the permanent appropriation for the Workforce Release Fund, total of $16,060.45. I have a supplement to the permanent appropriations for the Community Housing Improvement Program, putting $6,844.89. A resolution authorizing an appropriation adjustment within the Sheriff's Community Correction Grant Fund. He's moving a total of $10,536.71, looks like from the various salary, Medicare, workers' comp, PRS, flex spend to the contract services and his HSA account. I have a supplement to the permanent appropriation for the Sheriff's Community Correction Grant Fund, putting $1,961.29 into contract services. A resolution accepting the Seneca County Department of Job and Family Services Personnel Policy Manual as submitted by Clemens Nelson and Associates. I have a resolution reappointing Matt Kirschner to the Sandusky, Seneca County, City of Tiffin Port Authority Board of Directors, term expiring March 1st, 2019. And a resolution reappointing Carl Miller to the Sandusky, Seneca, City of Tiffin Port Authority Board of Directors, term expiring same March 1st, 2019. And that's all I have.
These new entries that mean anything?
Signatures. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
And I will second. Good motion, second. Discussion, any questions or concerns on any of the stated resolutions? Anything? Okay, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Kirschner?
Yes.
Commissioner Zoller? And Commissioner Stacy?
Yes, all approved. Thank you. All right, that completes our business for this meeting. Opportunity for citizens' comments at this time. So anyone have comments or questions? Mr. Zach, good to see you.
Thank you, Commissioner Stacy.
How are things inside?
They're great.
Good. Anything you needed to ask or say to us? Nope.
Nope, just trying to get over here, so make sure there are any issues, I can address those or questions, make myself accessible, so. We'll do periodic updates, today's not one of them, but
Nothing that bring in, 4 or 5 new businesses in the county, wouldn't help.
nothing we
Anything you can do, we appreciate it.
Absolutely.
You want to talk about next week's schedule? Just a reminder.
Thank you, Steve. But all right, that I forget. Yes, the next week, we have a training at the Emergency Operations Center that we have to attend. So we will not be here on Tuesday. We'll be in training on Tuesday and Wednesday. So we're having our meeting on Thursday, which is a regular scheduled meeting, other than we are going to bump the time up to 9 o'clock from the regularly scheduled 10 o'clock time for our last Thursday of the month meeting. So we'll have it at 9 o'clock on the 25th here.
See, contrary to popular belief, everybody says they act like we know everything. We're actually going to training, so we admit that we know.
So that's all we have for the good of the order. Motion to adjourn.
So move.
I will second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, we stand adjourned, 10:15. Quick one.